Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is likely still in a consolidation right up there. I need to see how this structure develops to draft some alternative scenarios. But for now, looking at the bigger picture, I just want to highlight again that we are really close, most likely to a major top. Maybe we've already topped, but I need to see a 5-wave move down to confirm that further. And I will explain to you how that would look like. But for now, we're still in a bullish market. It's just that the dip is now getting slightly concerning, at least on the micro level. So we will take a look at that as well. Bigger picture-wise, I mean, I still see this as a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. In Elliott Wave, we're always looking for the 5-wave pattern. As you can see, it is basically complete. In the 5th wave, we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and the 5th wave even in the 5th wave. So really any further upside extensions are only expected to play out on the nano level. And it would still be good to get a few more upside extensions. I have to say this does look extremely wild, this price action we have seen here from the June low. Really wild. First evidence that a more substantial top is in would be a 5-wave decline. We don't have that at this point. I shared yesterday with you how that would look like. It would be something like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So a break below 112k would be a major warning, and then 5 waves down, a further warning, and a corrective bounce afterwards, a further warning. If we get to 112k, that's obviously the invalidation point for the direct bullish extension. If we get below that level, then the next structural support levels are likely around 107,700, and then 105,550, and then, well, 98,300. Okay. But if we get 5 waves down and 3 waves up, well, that is a textbook bearish setup, okay? That's important to understand, and that would be a major warning. Obviously, a break below 112k already. So I just wanted to, that's why I doubled down kind of on the daily chart in the last few days, highlighted the importance of understanding, where we are here on the larger time frame. And that it absolutely could be the case that the market has topped already or is about to top. There are many ways how this move to the upside can really be interpreted, especially here on the micro level. I might make some changes here, but overall that's all not so important, because as long as we don't have 5 waves down, we have no major top confirmation. But if we get 5 waves down combined with a break below 112k, that is a first confirmation, you could say, that a larger top is in. That's not full confirmation for a bear market, but it means that the local direct upside extensions are not going to take place. That means a deeper pullback is unfolding. And I'm still considering different options here. I mean, it could be let's say a fallback option, but I need to see how we behave today. A fallback option could be that this here is all a large 1-2 setup, okay? That is something I'm considering. If this is all a 1-2 setup, then we could go a little lower, but must hold above 98,460. But then again, a 5-wave decline, again, shouldn't happen in a 1-2 setup, okay? So that's why I said, the exact structure here is not so important. There are a few wave counts. If I have time later, I will add it to the chart, but it depends on how we behave up here. And then I will share with you my thoughts around that, but I need to see more of that structure, okay? As you can see, this pullback so far is not so important. We haven't even broken below a previous swing low. So from a daily chart point of view, no change. But on the micro level, we obviously see some weakness. Bitcoin hates Mondays, or the other way around. And if you want to learn more about the weekly chart, how the next bear market could unfold and everything, feel free to join our membership. I uploaded yesterday a member-only video about the weekly chart. We also covered it in our member live stream, so that might help to understand really the bigger picture, the larger time frame, and the importance of being prepared. So let's take a look at the shorter time frame now. Here, I'm still tracking, for now, this yellow scenario, which indicates obviously a 1-2 setup, but I have concerns about this scenario. That's the one that we talked about over the last few days with a 5-wave move up from this swing low in August. The market needs to hold a higher low. I am not convinced support will hold. The problem is that we have, okay, this A wave down, we talked about that, but the B wave I wanted to see was just extremely weak. That is concerning. That's not ideal. What would have been healthy would have been a B wave that is a bit stronger. Ideally to 120,600, 121,400. It should have happened. It didn't, and that's a warning. Okay, so I can still see it as a B wave, but then it was probably a triangle pattern, and we're now coming down in the C wave. But if we, whenever we have something like that, an extremely weak B wave, I'm concerned, because the 100% extension is lower. So it's lower than the invalidation point. So unless the C wave is very short, which is rare, we're not going to hold support. So I'd say at this point, I'm not going to call that support will break, but I'm going to say it is very likely. At this point, we are approaching that 114,470 level. I highlighted yesterday the 78.6 retracement. That's going to be key today. Any break below, focus on 113,290. I added that as a new level, just because I assume that the 78.6 could break. But then it's too deep for a reliable wave 2 anyway. But okay, sometimes it would still be a valid 1-2 setup. Again, I'm not convinced this will hold, not based on the nanostructures I see. It needed a healthy B wave, didn't get one. So that's a bit problematic. That is a bit problematic at the moment. Yeah, but I'm going to continue to work on alternative scenarios. For now, I think we need to understand the pullback is more directly unfolding than it would have been ideal. The probabilities for a break of support, I would say, are high, not because of the red candles, but because of structure, okay? And what I would like to see is a break above the yellow trend line as a first indication the bulls are making a comeback. All right, so that should tell you what you need to watch out for. So 114,470, 113,290, and then 112K are the parameters for today. In parallel, I'm going to work on alternative scenarios. I'm going to publish these on Discord first, then later in the update video. And I will obviously keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested, check out our X channel, X profile for additional updates here. Here you get informed as well. So sometimes it's just faster to post here on X compared to making a video. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.